Today I'm going to be talking about some more survivor stereotypes, as well as some raider stereotypes. I took some ideas from the previous video's comments as well, so I'll be crediting those people accordingly as well. As with before, the stereotypes discussed here are just that, stereotypes. And they're also just my personal opinions as well. I'm by no means an authority on this game. Anyway, let's get right into talking about all the types of peoples that play the Breakers. Let's start this off with a highly requested stereotype. Premade teams are teams of 7 survivors that hop in a lobby together, as well as usually hopping in a Discord call as well. These guys are highly coordinated and are likely to make the raiders feel like they are being constantly harassed the whole game. They all run meta skills such as Android Barrier, Instant Transmission, Change Missile, etc. God forbid you even think about entering a game playing against these guys, as they are more than not likely all running meta supers as well. Usually Super Electric Strike and Full Power Energy Barrage. They tend to be very overconfident and play very aggressively, trying to kill the raider over winning by a super time machine. This can be the downfall of these types of players. They also will go out of their way to save other survivors due to them being players they know. This could lead to pile-ups if the raider can punish this type of behavior. Next, let's talk about the Rocketeers. So you're playing raider and are one survivor away from evolving the next level, so you don't want to go to the finish line and get that sweet evolution energy. But wait, you just got hit in the back by a rocket. Well, they probably only had the one, so now you get that finish, but you get hit by another one. And it's like it repeats for a while until they run out, and the survivor either bled out, or you decide to chase that Rocketeer away. These guys really don't want the raider to evolve, and honestly, I respect the hustle. Just stop doing it to me when I'm the raider, okay? Now let's talk about Vegeta Rushers. These guys play very aggressively and try to rush to kill every form of Vegeta as quickly as they can, since Vegeta's the squishiest raider currently. As soon as they get D-changed, they rush to fight, and it could go either way, but these guys usually either greatly overestimate their skill and get bodied, or destroyed. No middle ground here. Most run Super Spirit Bomb as their level 1, as well as Solar Flare to instantly kill the Cybermen. Overall, these guys can be a great help to the team if they get backup, or just a weak link if they die and feed the raider. Moving on, let's discuss the Nimbus Scout. These players run Nimbus with vehicle speed plus 20 as well as raider passes usually. They grab a Dragon Raider and upgrades as soon as possible and jump on their Nimbus to scout the areas and grab keys and Dragon Balls, mostly focusing on Dragon Balls. When doing this, they fly as high as they can to avoid the raider seeing them. This also keeps the raider pinged for everyone 24/7 since the raider will almost never look up. I'm glad when I see one of these guys in my team since I know they'll actually be helpful. Now for probably one of the most helpful types of players, the Area X Stockpiler. These guys, while searching for keys and Dragon Balls, will drop any useful items in a cave in Area X and ping them to notify other people about it as well. The item these guys store can be the difference between winning and losing a game. It's like come in handy during a Super Time Machine defense. Stockpiling cooldown drinks is the best thing ever, as usually the raider will be watching the drop supplies like a hawk and will not allow anyone to grab them unless he's being occupied. Anytime I see someone doing this in game, I know that you have a really good chance of winning. Anyway, now we're gonna move on to discussing some raider stereotypes. First up, let's talk about the Larva Cell. These guys probably just picked up the game and are usually low level, usually using the light blue color. When they search for survivors, they almost always use key sense and never look around the area at all, missing hiding survivors. They're very likely to get murdered before ever reaching level 3, as they are overall very oblivious to their surroundings and fly right past survivors a lot. In combat, they will use both of their supers as soon as they can and try to combo them into each other. Too bad that level 2 Cell supers are pretty garbage and don't combo at all. They're also likely to run from survivors even before being at low health, even when it's only one survivor. I've never seen one of these guys use after image to escape a combo, so they tend to just get pummeled and stun locked by normal hits. I feel bad for these guys a lot, but honestly, they just need to play more and they'll get better over time. Next, let's talk about Masochist Buus. These guys pick Boo in the current meta, and honestly, I have no clue why. Boo's first 2 forms are garbage and really easy to kill if you have a good team. The amount of times I've played where Sopovich is murdered instantly are too many to count. His main weakness is that his finish is so slow that it can be interrupted easily, trapping most Boos at level 2 the whole game, or being killed before that. Pretty much, playing Boo against any sort of competent team is a pain simulator, as you're fighting to survive the entire game as people jump you, interrupt you whenever you try to finish people off. If by some miracle you could reach level 3, you've already won, as Super Boo is incredibly powerful, so most people just play him just for that chance. Let me preface this by saying that any raider can camp, but the raider I've seen camp the most while also having the best tools for it is Frieza. Now tell me if the situation sounds familiar. Your team has just set every key except for 2, and now you guys are getting ready to slot the remaining ones, but suddenly you get shot at by Zarbon, and now Frieza's on your ass. When you escape, you realize he's patrolling these 2 areas, sending Zarbon into Doria to both whenever they go off cooldown, stalling the whole game until the survivors jump him, which rarely happens, or they wait until enough people have died and use the escape time machine, which happens a lot. When they actually fight, these guys just spam key blasts constantly, as they could zone out pretty much anyone easily, to the point where fighting any Frieza over level 1 is a crapshoot without your team to back you up. Overall, not a fan of people who play like this, but people who play Frieza in general, to be honest. Now let's talk about Gardener Nappas. These players do one of 2 things when downing a player as Nappa. One thing they could do is plant a Cyberman to guard the player's body. The other thing they could do is to plant an entire garden on their body. The amount of times I've seen Nappas do the second one is pretty funny to me. Nothing is worth an instant transmissioning into a firing squad that marks you for Nappa to come back and murder you. Honestly, if a Nappa decides to plant a garden on your corpse, most likely you aren't getting revived. If anyone does come to save your sorry ass, they'll have to deal with the Cyberman and Nappa himself coming back. So by that time, you'll be out of the game. Moving on, let's talk about civilian Gobblers. This can apply to any raider, but I usually see Cells and Buus do this the most. Pretty much, this refers to raiders who just target civilians until they level up to level 3 usually. Buus do this for good reason, as they need all the Evo energy they could get. It's the most annoying when Cell players do it, since they level up really quickly to begin with. And it's not a good sight when you see the raiders' energy keep going up without killing any survivors. That's how you know you have a Gobbler on your hands. Finally, let's talk about Golden Raiders. These guys actually had the patience to play raider games until they maxed out a raider, which I don't have the patience for, to be honest. Also, I can't make myself main one raider for an extended period of time anyway. These guys will be the bane of your existence if you're not playing with a good team. It's never a good idea to try to fight these guys alone, as they will tear your dick off if you try. They almost never camp unless they're in a bad situation, and need to buy more time to get stronger. They're either the kindest raider you'll ever meet, or the most sweaty, no in between. Some will let people escape in the escape time machine as a nice gesture, while others will go for full team wipes every game and have no mercy ever. Anyway, with that was all I had to talk about today. I hope that the stereotypes I talked about rung true to some of the players you've seen while playing. Thanks a ton for watching, as this topic has been pretty fun to talk about. If you like this video, please like, comment, and sub to the channel for more like this. See ya!